Welcome, guys. In our previous lessons, we were looking at how to download the Eclipse from the internet to our system, and from there, we we opened the setup from our computer to look at what the interface of the Eclipse, which is the Android Tools developer. And today, we are going to take a look at how to run your first application from the scratch. The other time, we launched some, which today we are going to open it and start doing other specifications. Now, once again, I'm informing you that the Android app development, you need to plan what you want to do. You need to get a plan. From here, what next? From there, what next again? So this is what you mean by what planning. You just look at how you want the app to be like. So you have to plan it and start building it. You don't just start building a website without planning. Otherwise, you get to a point you have to restart it again. So we are going to develop our first application, which is the Farmers app. So I'll open my Eclipse in my folder, then we'll continue from there. So as I was saying, you still need to download the Android Studio. Alright, now this is our Eclipse. The other time I made mention of the environment. We just take a look at the path and the things that you can do from that side. Now let's go to the package explorer to open our Farmers app. So you just have to click on that on this arrow. Now when you click on it, you just have to go straight to resource, which is the res. The resource, you locate layout. That is where you can pick our first app. Then you continue from there. So when you click on the layout, you double click on the activity main. The other time I was explaining that in Android we have two views. We have the graphical layout, which gives you the access to drag and drop into the app area. Then we have the XML, which is the coding section. So in the Android that you're going to develop, basically I'm going to give you the coding section. I'll give you the code so that we just keep on practicing. So what you are going to do is you are going to use the graphical for today, so that you have a little bit idea of the drag and drop graphical area. Now let's assume you want to create a login button. Most of applications, when you download it and you open it from your mobile phone, you will have the login area, which gives you the access to register, then enter into the program. So we are going to try in the login color. So where we are going to get is text field. So when you click on the text, you have the text areas. Now the first one here, the plain text, which will, when you drag it, you put it to your view section. Now you can see that immediately I click, or immediately I drop the text plain, I will have a line with a cursor. Now let's go back to the coding section and see what code is that. Now when you click on the XML, when you scroll down a little bit, you see text view here. The text view gives you the hello world. Then the text field that I choose, or the plain that I choose, is the edit text. The edit text means that you are going to enter in something in there. You are going to type in something. So the first one says what username, then the next one says what password. So the username, you have this in there. So what I have to do is I have to add in something like text. So the text will give me the access to what? The access to type in my username. So I will just choose the text, then I'll say username. So if I go back to the graphical layout, I have to see the username in that portion. So that means that any person who opens the app we need to click there and type in the username. So this is what the drag and drop means is. Now let's pick the password, which is the third column. When you put the cursor on it, it gives you the word name. So I'll drag it and put it underneath. Now when you are putting it, it gives you a measurement. So the measurement, you can see it at your closer. You can see it from the pointer end. We have the center horizontal true, below equal edit text 1, then we have the margin equals 29. That is in between the username and where the password is. That is where the space in between. So if you're okay with that, then you leave it. Immediately you leave it, you have the password. Now the next one is we need to identify it. We need to identify it because we have a blank which doesn't give us anything. So we go to the XML. At the XML tool, you also locate it. You locate the edit text. Now the edit text, you insert text. So when you type text, that's the TE, you press Ctrl plus space. Will give you the options. Then you double click on it to choose text. Then you say password. You want the person to input a password before he or she can enter. So the password, you can see that there is a dot dot. So whenever the person open the app, this two things will come. So when it comes, the person need to enter in his username, then the password. Then the next one, after these two things, what next? The person need to click on a button to open the next page for him or her. So we are going to insert in a button. Where can we get a button? The button, you can get it from the ringed gate. So at the ring gate, we drag this button underneath with the same measurement, says 29, right? So you put it there, then you have your the button. Then you edit it from the XML. So at the SMS, you also locate the button. So this is the button. You change it to login. Then you go back to the graphical view to look at it. So this is our login page. Now the next one that we are going to look at it is we are going to change the welcome or the hello world. We are going to change it and give it welcome to Farmers app or welcome to a login area. So you just have to double click here, then the XML will open it direct for us instead of us going back. So I just have to highlight the hello world, clean it, and give it login. I'll give it a login name. Login. Login. So this is the name that I'll give it to it. Then let's go back to the graphic and see how it's going to look like. Now you can see that there's another thing here which is the string. So let's go back and clean the string from it so that we have our login name alone. Now when you finish the login, you have the login. So we are going to increase it because you can see that the login is too small, and at the same time it's at our left corner top, which will need to be at the center. The font size is supposed to be big, so we are going to make amendment to those settings. So first of all, we are going to look at the text style. You type TG, you press Ctrl space, you have your text size, then you enter in the size, which is going to be 22 SP. Then I will click on the graphic to see how the font looks like. So we have the login size has been increased. Now we are going to add in extra. Now we want to position the text into the middle. So we have text align, right? So you type TE control plus space, then you look through. If you can see align, you see you have the text alignment. So you double click on it, you press control space again, then you have this options. It says center. So you choose center in there. You go back to graphic, then you look at how it looks like. It's still not moving. So that means that we have to go back and make changes. So I'm going to clear this command here, and I'll put in gravity control plus space. You double click, I'll press control plus space again, then I'll choose center. So immediately I choose center, when I go back, this text must move. The reason why the text is not moving is that I have the margins around, or this blue line around, it's not giving it access, so I have to expand it by dragging it to the end of the screen so that the text will move. It's still not moving. Let me see. Alright, so let me go back to this option. So what I'm going to do in here, I have, where is the text, where is the hello? Okay, here's the loading. So I'm going to give the weight, I'm going to make it match, and let's go back and see what will happen. So you see that immediately I change the weight, that is the from my left side to the right side, it should match with the same screen size. That's why the text has moved. So if I go back to the graphic, you can see that the text is at the middle of it. Then the next one is the login button. Now the login button, if you want to make changes to it, like giving it a color, or you don't need the color the background, or you want to give the text color, all those things you can do it by going to the XML column. Then you locate the button. Now this is my button command, or my button code. So when you come here, you just have to make or add your code to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a text color to it. For the rest, you are going to solve it on your own. So I'll choose text color from the option, then I'll press my control plus space to get the option, but I don't need the option, so I have to type in my code. I will bring my code, which is the hashtag AF0000. This is the color of red, brownish color. So you can see that I have my button text color changed. So in Android development, you need to know the color code, because you cannot type in the color red, blue, green, or white in there. You can type, but it may not work. So you need to know the color code. So what you are going to do is you are going to put to the end over here. So let's go back and see what we can do again. Now when you check this tensor, you see that the login is closer to the top. In between there is a space, that space is nice, but here we need this data, or this code, to be at the middle of the page. So what we are going to do, we are going to push it downward. So I'll go back to my XML, then I will locate the login code, then I click inside, I choose margin, MAR, control space to get the full options. So I say margin top, then I give it let put in 32 TP. Then let's go back to the graphic and see the space from the top. Now you can see that the space has a little bit changed. So I think this is okay for us. So In Android, your first application, which is the login app, how to create it. We have the palette, gives you the access of what drag and drop. Then you have the XML, which gives you the other options to make changes to the code that you picked from the palette. Now, when it comes to XML, as you go to, I told you that the XML comes with coding. So the coding you need to learn them step by step. Don't put pressure on yourself. Take your time, go through step by step, step by step. Then by the end of the 3 weeks, you will be able to capture some of the codes in your head. If not, the book is also in there for you to study them step by step. Today we are going to end our lesson at this point. See you in our next video.